Yo, what up? What up? What up? I'm gonna take you right over to the Asian session, which we are already in the trade. We took an early entry on Asian, and yeah. So let's see what we got going on in the Asian session. All right. So, yeah. So we're up about 114 right now. So, just to kind of frame this trade, right? Just to kind of frame this trade. So, right at this value area low is basically where I took this trade and I put these stops about right here, right? Because I really did not feel like price was going to break through this node right here and then come all the way up under this low and then hit my target stop loss, right? So as of right now, I'll just pull this into profit, right? So now I'm pretty much at like break even. So now I can't lose anything on the trade. So we're gonna just kind of see where this goes, and see if we can take this, see if we can push price up, and see if we can get a nice move off of this, um, Asian session. And we're gonna see what we get. We're gonna see what we get. So yeah, we are trading live and we are ready to go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. All right, let's go. So we're about 55 ticks in profit right now. 55 ticks in profit. And the session is gonna really open up in about 11 minutes. Probably in about 11 minutes. So yeah, let's see where we can get. Let's see what we can get. I'd like to see price push above these highs, push up into the POC from the prior cash session, and then take us up into somewhere in this area and then try to fill in this gap, right? If we can fill in this gap, that'd be cool. I don't like, trade gaps. I don't like look for gaps and say, all right, well, let's see if we can fill in this gap and yada yada yada. But price does like to fill in these gaps. And as price fills in those gaps, then I mean that's going to put us in a really good position, if we can get that gap fill. So yeah, so we'll see, kind of like what we get. Um, but that's the gap fill, right? But if we get to that gap fill, if we get anywhere in near that area, then I mean it's insane. I mean because at this point, we're already up probably about 200 something ticks. Yeah, about 268 ticks. So if we get anywhere near in this area, then this target here is just automatically it's close enough for me. I would just close it out. I would just close it out. So yeah, so sometimes, I'll wait, it's really best to wait till that session opens up, like at um 7 o'clock CST, right? That's really the best time to trade it is to wait, a few minutes afterwards to kind of see what price is gonna do. But I took an early entry just because I seen the price was at, like I could get a good stop loss if I got in here. I could get a good stop loss down here, and I really didn't think price had already rotated out of the range, and then it came back in. So, and we targeted like the area where you would have wanted to target would be like right here, right? That's where you would have wanted to target, and price is already above it. So I'm not gonna move my stop to right here because I want to give it room to breathe, and it's not quite 7 o'clock yet. So 7 o'clock CST is when that market is really gonna just, open up, the Asian session. So that's when you're really gonna open up. So we'll see what we get. We only got, about 9 more minutes. I'm up 111 ticks in the Asian session. Um, we'll just kind of see what we get. We'll just kind of see what we get. We could come all the way down and get, take me straight out, right? Or we could come in and explode right up into this area. If we get anywhere close into this area, I'm closing. To be honest with you, because I mean, heck, I mean, at that point, it's already a great win. And at this point, it's already a great win, to be honest. So, so honestly and truly, my tick goal is 100 ticks. That's my goal is 100 ticks. So if I get anything beyond that, that's icing on the cake. So at that point, I'm just holding just to see how far I'm going to get. So at this point, it's icing on the cake for me because I'm at 123 ticks. So, I mean, that's like phenomenal. But if I move my stop here at 8 o'clock, like if I move my stop here at 8 o'clock, I could just get taken out. And I could willy-nilly down to here, and then price could just shoot up to the upside. And I don't really want to miss out on that. So I will just take a chance and just put, like my stops, like basically right here. Because if I've already made good money in the in the New York session from the earlier session, if we already got a good win on that, the Asian session is just extra. It's just icing on the cake. That's all it is. So it's not even like, yo, I gotta, run it up 100 ticks on Asia because we already ran it up, 100 plus in New York. And today in New York, it was a long day, right? It was a long day because I had took two trades, and both of those trades, as they were maturing, I didn't like them, so I exit out of them, right? So I exit out of those trades. So when you exit out of them, you will take a loss. So I took a loss, small loss, but then we made it back because we got like, you know, 200 and something ticks. So it was crazy, but it took an hour and 45 minutes for it to mature. It took a long time. So, that's just it's like that sometimes. So when you trade the Asian session, I'm just really just on here just chilling. It's just extra. You know what I mean? It's just extra. So if this starts to come down, that's cool, but then I can just move my stop to probably about like break even. You know what I mean? So it's all good. I'm in a great spot right now. I can't lose because I'm up 28 ticks. So if it came back and took me out at 28 ticks, that's 28 ticks in profit, right? All I need to do is reevaluate the trade and then just take another setup. And if it took me out before 7 o'clock, I would just wait till a few minutes after seven and then look to take another trade, right? And then that would be it for the evening. Because Asian session, I don't try to stay on here long. I don't try to, make it long and drawn out. It's just quick, it's fast. If I can get on and get a quick win and get out, I'm good. If I have to stay, like, longer than like, I don't know, like 30, 45 minutes, then I'm gonna get off because I don't want to be on the Asian session that long, right? I don't never want to be on there that long. So right now we're sitting pretty at 106, and trust me, I could just close out right now and be happy, be very, very happy. But, if it pushes up, then I would have left a lot of money on the table. But it's all good. It's just a part of trading. So what do you want to do? Do you want to get out now, or do you want to potentially get rewarded for hanging out in the trade? Right? But I'm definitely not going to put my stops down here, right? And give price a chance to come down there and then take me out. Like that's no way. I'm up 117, right? So I really could just close out right now and be done, and this session would have lasted probably about 15 minutes and we'd be done, right? But I'm gonna hold out and see if we can get over these highs, and if we can, good. If price starts just tanking, 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 then I may just close. You know what I mean? But at this point, I'm not just gonna just close this out. I'm gonna see if we can get above these highs, and see if we can just keep trading higher from this value area high, right? That's what I want to see, and I want to see us push into this point of control from the prior cast session, and then I want to see us get through that and get up into this gap area. If we get up into this gap area, this area is gonna touch for sure. It's definitely gonna touch, right? But it just you don't know how long it's gonna take. So sometimes it's just cool to be good with what you got and go on about your business. And then sometimes you can run the risk and want to wait. So if it came back down and stopped me out, it's not a big deal because we already got a W in the New York session. If this had been my only session, when I got to 100, I would have just closed, right? I would have just closed. I would have just said, all right, I'm done, right? I'm just done, right? So here's the tape. This is what's going on the tape. This is the dynamic POC. It's moving. It always moves, right? It's always, that's why you see it, these little whoop-de-doos right here. Whoop, 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 right? Whoop, right? Those were current POCs, right? So there's a current point of control. This is your VWAP, and this is your session volume profile, right? Right? So you got a high volume node right here, right? And then these are the lots that are these are the sell side liquidity that's resting. It's not even much to even really think about. So my target is going to be 2,900. My target is going to be 2,900, and 2,900 is up top, and we have got a break. We're up 134. 29,900. That's what I meant to say, guys. Sorry. I got glasses and still can't see nothing. 29,900, right? Right. Let me make sure. Yeah, 29,900. That would be my targets, but trust me, those are ultimate targets. That doesn't mean I have to stay there, right? I do not have to stay there at all. So I'm gonna start moving my stop up a little better to where I can lock in now 100 ticks. So now I've locked in 100 ticks. So if price starts to come back, I stop out at 100. So I've got a enormous win for the day already. And if price comes back, I'm cool. But right now, my targets, like I said, would be the high to break above these highs here and get to this POC. If we push to this POC here, then we're probably going to see a move up into this gap, right? There's the gap right there. Boom. There's the gap. There's the gap. There's the gap, right? So, and if we don't, hey, guess what, guys? It's not a big deal. We're still up 103 ticks. We're still up 103 ticks. So, I mean, we're good. Either way it goes, we are good. So the market's going to open up in 1 minute. I don't necessarily really want to move my stop. If it just comes down and hits it, it comes down and hits it, right? It's not a big deal. It's not a big deal. But if it doesn't, then we're gonna push higher. And it looks like it because it looks like it's gonna come and take me out, but I'm not moving it. Okay, it took me out. Took me out. Took me out. It took me out. We got 1 more minute. Let's just see kind of what it does. And see if we did the right thing, right? But no, we definitely did the right thing for sure because price could just dump. And I'm not waiting for it to push back up. We secured 100 ticks, and that's what's up. So, all right, it's 7 o'clock. Let's see what the market does. Let's see what the market does. We'll look at this for about a minute or so, and then I'm going to jump off for another phenomenal win in the Asian session. Boom, baby. Trade with me live. Trade with me live Monday through Thursday. All right. Trade with me live. Hit that link in the description. But yeah, so this is what we got. I'm not gonna hang out to wait and see if it's gonna, rotate higher and come up or if it's gonna push lower. We already got the win. We secured the bag, and we got 100 ticks. So let's go. Asian session on 8/4/2026. Let's go. Let's go. I'm signing off on another profitable day trading these markets. Trading these markets. And you can see price is trying to pull up. So had you had put your stops to break even, then you'd have still been in. But if you had them in here where I had it the first time, I would have got stopped out at like whatever, however many, 30, 40 ticks or whatever. But I chose to put it up 100 ticks so I could try to make sure that I secured a nice bag before price started to do something that I didn't want it to do, right? So yeah, so I'm gonna end this live right now and we're gonna jump off and then I will see you guys in the morning. All right. Peace.